Welcome to the islands of the Aether Sky, where only the islands fly and the explorative peoples that live upon them. In this world, civilization has learned to harness the unique and strange magic found throughout the Isles, and has learned how to traverse the spaces between. The sky is filled with a tumultuous chaos, a magic so dense and wild that nothing can survive its overbearing power. However, small, snake-like rivers of aether connect the islands, an aether that protects the travellers from the rest of the ever-voracious sky. Throughout the history of these islands, there has been a lot of change, from the rise and fall of kingdoms, to the rise and fall of the islands themselves. New islands appearing from the sea and the stars, with new peoples and traditions, or new dangers to this world. Sometimes, the aether that keeps the islands afloat can become distorted, almost as if a plague falls upon the magic itself. This distortion, an aetheric disruption, can have a multitude of lasting, dangerous effects if left unchecked, with the most severe outcome of the islands falling from the sky, crashing and sinking into the endless sea below. To combat this repeated natural calamity, several centuries ago, an organisation was formed, the Urian Company. They take it upon themselves to find the source of these disruptions and to cleanse the magic, stopping the potential destruction in its tracks. They have recruited many talented people from all walks of skills and life. They have advanced the magics and sciences. They have repeatedly improved the Aether voyages, the vehicles that traverse the islands, and have created long-distance communication capable of breaching the chaos-thick sky. And that is where our group comes in. A group of individuals brought together for a common fight, a common calling. But their adventure started uncomfortably at best. While on their way to the Urian Company, their Aether voyager was ambushed by a huge horde of gobloos, and the entire group was imprisoned at their camp. Using their guile, their strength and their magic, they broke free of their cage, while rescuing a survivor of another voyager. They set explosions in the camp, setting off a chain of distractions that gave them an opening, and they ran. They found the docked ship that had ambushed them on one of the Aether channels, and behind it 2 voyagers, one of the strangers and the one they were travelling on. The group's voyager was damaged, its engine could not come online, so the stranger they had saved towed their ship to the nearest island, an island on the edge of Homebelt, and that is where our story begins. Hello, and welcome to the... I always start with hello.
I know, it's just, you just... Sorry, I'll shut up.
Hello.
I always start with hello. I speak properly when I'm...
Properly.
Doing... Yes, I know! Hello, and welcome to the 3rd episode of In Aether Skies. This session is being recorded on the 15th of June, 2025, and the channel is at an amount of subscribers I forgot to open the page for.
I will inform you, good sir. 776.
That went up a little bit more than I was expecting.
I can make it go lower.
Yes, the channel is doing very well, and we very much appreciate it, but we're going to be jumping straight into this session. Last session, the party found themselves on an island on the edge of Homebelt after escaping the Gobloos. The Aether voyagers they were riding were rather damaged, and out of a feeling of guilt from the town's guards for unsuccessfully keeping you from being hijacked in the first place, repaired your vessels and offered you the necessary provisions you need to be on your way. However, the night before you all set off for the capital island, you all heard a strange, melancholic sound, one that only one of you has ever heard before, but you knew that would have to wait. You all boarded the Aether voyagers, and with the aid from Ryker, you all made it to the island of Aeirelon, the capital city. I shall move the map over immediately.
No.
A top-down map, for reasons of geometrically shaped cities are impossible in the other one.
Took me ages to figure it out.
Yeah, they got a football field.
Yeah, but you said the most American thing you've ever said. All right, here. That was football.
Right here, buddy. Football.
Welcome to Aeirelon, spelt in a very obnoxious way.
That's what when you look at a travel brochure, it just says that in italics underneath its name.
Basically.
You didn't agree with spelling anywhere. SMH cringe.
But that's because I didn't make the map.
Note keepers, how are we spelling this city, DM?
Aeirelon.
Okay.
Yeah, we got Mr. Vowels over here.
Aeirelon.
Get this man on, what's that show called, Zach? The English one?
Countdown.
Get him on Countdown.
I like Countdown. It's got numbers in it. So,
That's. Yep.
So, Ryker steers you into the docks, as you see in the top right and right side of the maps. The docks are unusual for what you've all generally experienced in the islands. Docks on islands are quite close to the edge of the island, almost flat against it. These docks have long, almost piers that come out and are kept up underneath by strange magical contraptions that are holding the wood up. As you depart from your ships, Ryker immediately heads over to a building by the entrance point with the red roof. He seems he has done this before. He knows what he's doing. He's clearly been here before. As you all depart the ship you are being towed on, you follow him down to the building as he almost pretty immediately comes back out with the... So, I've got everything sorted. It's going to be... We'll be here for at least a few days before I get anything sorted after that. I'm going to... gesture to himself in his still quite messed up clothes. I'm going to go pick up some clothes I left here last time.
Fair enough.
If you want to find me, you'll probably know where to find me.
A bar.
And he gives you a affirming nod and heads off into the city. Now, looking into where you are currently, you can see in the distance a blue-roofed tower. And Walker, you know that is a tower that resides in the encampment, essentially, of the Airlurean Company building.
Okay, yeah.
But for everyone else who's not been to the capital city before, the capital island, it's not really at all what you've been led to believe. As you're travelling through the walled district surrounding the docks, you notice that the buildings here are all wooden buildings of varying states of completion or decrepitude. Stalls and market huts forming essentially a profitable wall between the houses and the actual docks themselves, seemingly trying to catch your eye with trinkets and unusual foods. The streets are flooded with people, some doing jobs, some just talking, but all are busy and all are loud. On one of the streets, as you're walking through, you notice a collection of grander buildings, significantly larger than any of the houses you've come across thus far. One side you hear the sounds of revelry in one of the buildings. There's music, there's cheering. On the other side, in a very large building, easily 30, 40 meters in any direction, the sounds of splitting wood and hammers pounding away at something. You may interact with any of the things I've described so far. We can keep going either way. It's okay either way.
You guys want to listen to music?
I feel like Shep's gonna shake his head.
What direction?
Do we see like the company building over the wall?
Yes.
I point to the big building.
I was about to say, Walker would definitely point out, like, that's where we need to go. But if you guys need to stop anywhere along the way, we are already quite late, so being maybe a few hours later won't hurt us any. But I've seen all this before. I don't need to go exploring.
I mean, are they going to send us away after we meet up with them, or are they going to have us stay in the city for a couple days?
It depends on if they decide to give you an assignment right away. When I first joined up a few months ago, I was sent right back out, but for you all, it may be a different story.
Well, I could use the gold, so either this or finding another hospital to work with.
Are we walking and talking, everyone, or are we just stood still right now?
Walker's just chilling with everybody else. If everyone else would have started walking by now, he's definitely, like, following.
Because I will say Shep wouldn't have stopped walking since we got in the city.
Fair enough.
Tiny little legs.
My little legs have been on the carry me so far.
Okay. After around 20 minutes or so of walking, you find yourselves at the gate to the inner city. It is quite a large gate. It probably stands a good 15 to 20 feet tall and around 15 feet wide. And to the side of the gate, on the right side, in the stone wall itself, is a cut-out window. And looking in, you see there is a room built into the wall itself in a hollow. And next to the window is a metal door. You are here on the map currently.
Okay. We have like a little circle on the map just to show not just us but also the people watching where we are.
I completely forgot that was even a possibility. I will do that right now. I will grab just somebody's token and we can use that.
Yo, that's a cool little project. Little top-down models, like a group model for like this sort of occasion.
He's so small! There he is.
And we're all holding hands.
Wait, what? I just realised there's a grid. I apologise. Let me get rid of this grid.
I'm the leader.
Now, I'm letting all players control this. Don't be knobs. I'm gonna make it quite big actually, so it's easy to see.
So 40k
Vortex
fans,
warp.
they're currently sweating. He's been flipped. Unflip this man.
You don't see anyone at the gate currently. There's no one in front of the gate guarding it, and there's no one.
Oh,
there is no like
that raises a question.
Place above the gate to be standing.
Are there general guard or soldiers or some form of military police presence in the city?
You have seen 2 different types of guard walking around the city so far.
Okay.
One in a more casual. Yes, they are clearly guards. They are carrying equipment. They have armor, but it's not necessarily like heavily plated.
Mm-hmm.
The guards seem to be using equipment that makes it also easy to move at speed if they need to, but they're still protected.
Mm-hmm.
And you've seen a few people, very few people. You've only seen maybe 3 in the whole city so far walking around in very heavily armored outfits, completely different to the regular guards. And I will actually go and get a picture of one of those because I didn't think I need to use it, but I've got it saved.
Yeah.
Come on,
Always
here,
being prepared.
Yo, Roll20, if anyone is watching this that works there, please allow us to put pictures in the side chat in Roll20, please. Thank you.
You can't put pictures in the side chat.
It requires HTML code.
What? Why?
Yeah. Just please add us a little media function so we can draw pictures in. It'd be really appreciated. Thank you.
You see a few of these people walking around in the very heavily armored outfit, all carrying long shields, but unlike the general guard where, yes, they are wearing a general uniform, but not all the pieces are like exactly the same. Some might be wearing a chest, like a half plate. Some might be calling Faye in to help them. Give me a second while this bloody ice cream van goes away.
Woo! We love him!
No, we don't.
I
It
hope
costs
this is not
like
copyrighted.
£4 for a fucking Mr. Whippy.
Yeah, it's a fucking mistake.
Y'all are so British.
Yeah.
Now, some of them might have been wearing some half plates, someone's wearing scale mail, but they were still very clearly all together as guards. Whereas these ones, you've seen 2 or 3 of these at random points in the city as you've been walking around.
Yeah.
You may have seen a few throughout your life, but very, very infrequently. And they've all had exactly the same equipment every time, but almost perfectly.
This is going to sound like a silly, like over-the-top question, but is there any, like, institutions here? Like, is there a presence of, like, manufacturing and trade?
As in, overall in the city, or just, like, where you are right now?
Just in general, like, as we're walking, have we seen, like, not just, like, a smithy that someone's opened, but, like, a business, a name that we would recognise, or pieces of equipment, or tools, and... You know, like when you walk through, like, a shopping mall, and, like, you recognise, like, brands in particular places?
Okay. It really depends on what your field of expertise is.
Mm-hmm.
As, for example, Walker would have recognised the large building you walk past, as it is a shipyard where they were building Aether Voyagers.
Mm-hmm.
But in the section you're currently in, at least, in the wooden section, it's less named brands, more lots of people work here, just doing things. They all have lots of handy jobs. It's not huge organizations, other than the shipping industry is very prevalent in this area specifically.
Okay.
What you've seen so far wouldn't necessarily mean anything to you personally.
Okay.
As you're at the gate and you see no guards nearby, you head over to the little window on the right. I assume.
Yeah.
As you look over to the window, you look in. Maybe one of you calls out to see if there's anyone in there. You hear a almighty clattering inside the room as someone pops up from behind, almost like against the wall behind the window. You see an orc appear at the window, fully plate armored from the neck down. So, what do you need?
Nobody?
No, nobody.
He just looks over you for, like, so, what? Just to check, can you hear?
Yes.
Okay, good. So, what is it you need?
Passageway.
You see a little table to the side of the window that like, is behind the wall, but you see like the corner of it, and he like flips over a little book. Okay. Reason for visiting? Do you have proof of reason?
Shep will pull out the very old dated letter to go speak with the Aether Wardens.
Okay. So, well, as you reach up to it's quite a decently high window. It's not built for
Uppies.
short
Who's giving
people.
Shep uppies?
Yeah.
I need uppies right now.
So he takes the letter from you. Someone's lifted you up so you can reach him.
Uppies.
Yeah. So I do have a. He gets like a little wooden stool thing. Pulls out the window. Like, what? This is the halfling stool or the gnomes. It's the short people stool. We don't really have a name for all short people.
A very stern squint from Shep in that statement.
Well, it's called the short people stool. We haven't got an official name for it. It's not really a nice thing to like lump everyone together.
Smaller stool.
Passes the stool out so he can stand on the stool to get to the window. That's supposed to be out at all times. He just forgot. Alright, let's see here.
This ancient, decrepit letter
yeah,
from very, very, very long ago.
This is quite old, but let me see. And he takes the letter and he pulls out a pair of little small reading glasses from behind, like, his chest piece. Just. Alright, so you've been advised.
He's a tactically armoured secretary.
Yeah. Got from Mistress Galmeria. There's a signature. Okay. And he puts it on the table to the side, and you see him just wander off to the left a little bit and start working on something behind the wall. If you are looking in, you see there's a table. And he's flipping lots of books over, and you can see there is all the books showing heraldic symbols and business sigils and many signed autographs as he's looking through it. Much like Papers, Please, going, yep, that's right. As then he...
Fair enough.
Then, being surprisingly deft, reappears at the window. So, you are new recruits to the company, aye? I will be honest, it did always seem like quite good fun to me.
Fair enough. I'm not exactly new, but...
It's just us are new.
Well, if it works out and, you do end up joining, you will end up travelling through here quite a lot. And, in that case, I'd like to offer you a bit of a deal.
Oh, what's up?
Many people travel through here with all sorts of goods, and a lot of them, for one reason or another, end up leaving bits behind with me at the gate. And they end up just leaving them behind. Lots of things I have no use for, but I've ended up collecting in here nonetheless. But what I do like is books. Exciting books, historical books, even the occasional romance book, I will admit. So if you happen to see any rare or very localized books to some of the Faroe Islands, if you can bring them back on the way through, I can make it worth your while. I don't really have the time nor the capabilities to go out and find them myself. And the internal libraries keep
all the rarer books behind closed doors.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm sure that can be arranged.
Taking notes viciously.
I've got a couple of books back here already, but no, it's always nice to have more. But yes, everything seems to be in order. Now, I'm going to be honest, there's only 4 of you, so I'm not going to be opening the main gate. That takes a lot of energy and power for people. We do have this little side door for this reason, and you see pull like a lever against the wall, and the metal door opens that was next to the window. It's like further off, and it's like a straight corridor through into the main part of the city.
Appreciate
Fair
your
enough.
time, Mr. What's your name?
Shog.
Og.
We must collect the library for Shog.
He takes his glasses off, folds them up neatly, and puts them back on the table this time. You realised, don't put them in your metal. That could be bad.
Well, Shep will head down the walkway. Pep in the step.
I'll follow.
Heading through the walkway, you make it into the main inner part of the city, and passing the wall is almost like passing into an entirely different world. The similarities between here and the wooden cityscape behind are scant and non-existent, bearing the many guards patrolling the streets in similar attire. Inside, they seem to be more uniformed than they were outside, but still very few of the heavily armoured people you saw. The buildings here are all stone, solid, and the lowest are at least 2 stories high. Every house has some form of ornate design engraved and built onto them. The roads are clean, with grass maintained on either side, and the trees, hedges, and plant life seem to all be placed with intention, not following the natural growing patterns. The streets are also impossibly straight. Looking down each road feels like looking into an endless painting lasting miles. Travelling down the road, you see magically charged, like street lampposts dotting around the place, and weirdly, suddenly you all hear like a slight echoing, almost electronically cracky voice emanate from the lamppost, just stating, "It is now 2 p.m.
Stand by what I said, Feathers.
I think it's.
Yeah, you'll
2
get
p.m.
used to it.
Now you're in these streets, with buildings so high, it almost becomes challenging to see the tower of the company building you were moving towards before. The general folk you see are all in fancy clothes and expensive jewellery. Some of them even have their own personal guard following them. And as you're walking, you make a turn, and you see a clear run all the way to the tower, now seeing a fraction of its enormity. Not the tower, but the building around it. It takes you a good 30 minutes of walking down this one straight road to actually get to the main building itself. I'm going to play over to about here as you've been walking through.
Okay.
I heard that message. What is that? Why did you put a crab in the chat? What's going on?
That was so long ago.
That just came through for me, so I was reading stuff.
Delayed crab.
Delayed.
As you reach the outer edge of the company complex, you see it surrounded by walls between 15-20 meters high, and these walls are made of white stone, unlike all the other buildings throughout the city so far. You notice as you're walking towards this entrance point, you walk past a strange, what can only be described as a wizard's tower made entirely of wood, and not as in built from pieces of wood. It seems to be one consistent piece of wood. Like it has grown into the shape of a tower.
Like, what's that one type of wood called?
It doesn't look naturally like a tree. There is like a building section downstairs and a tower, but it is all one consistent piece of wood. There is no seams, there is no building it. It just seems to be there. Walker, I will say, that you do know that there is an entrance point on every like compass direction of the wall. So there's a north, east, south, and west all have entrance points in.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'll just start leading everyone to the nearest one then, to where we're at.
Okay.
If this is where we're supposed to be going, I'd imagine.
Oh yeah, you can see in past these walls. You can see inside. This is what you have been here before.
Yeah.
This is the Airlurean Company grounds. We head up to the door, and you see one of the halflings manning the door. One of the halflings that you've met before. I say manning the door. I don't know if womaning the door is a correct term, but it's a female halfling. No. You are I don't know what your name is.
Walker, like, let's just a small total. It's Walker.
Walker, yes. It's strange being named after a verb, but I'm not much to say anything.
That's
As
the more
you know.
simple version of the name. So
But you know her, and she's named too.
she's named
So-
too.
Yes.
Okay.
So I assume you're back here on business then. I've not really been informed of anything, but
Yes,
I may have just forgotten, I'm going to be honest. I don't know why they gave me this job.
fair enough. I'm just escorting a few new recruits. And I'll kind of
Yeah.
motion to everyone else.
Hello there. My name is Mr. Trebuchet.
Hello. I will probably forget your name. I do apologize in advance. My name is Tu.
You can call me Casey.
Check.
Okay, this is an interesting group. I will give you that. Yeah, just I'll open the door. So you give me just a second as you hear a collection of noises. Like there's humming and there's levers being pulled, and there's a whole cacophony of sounds coming from a little room she's in next to the gate. As the door not creak, it's a heavy wooden door with stone inlays. Just like Dark Soul pushes open. Inside, as you head inside the company walls, almost instantly as the door closes behind you, the sounds of the city outside are significantly reduced. The nature you saw outside the walls is now gone, replaced with stone and magic. There are buildings covering all of the walls you can see, and a large multi-roofed, blue-roofed building in the center. Multi-roofed as in there are towers and different heights of the roof, all with a strange blue slating on top of it. You would know that is the central main building of the company.
All right. Now I'll lead everyone there.
Wait, so it's the courtyard's like kind of just empty?
No, it is not.
Oh.
So I'll read it. As you're
Okay.
heading towards... No, that's fine. As you're heading to the blue building, you see a number of people coming from what seems to be every type of life. People who hold themselves high, neat from top to bottom, and clearly focused on whatever task they are currently doing. Then you have these small, seemingly sheepish and quiet folk who are keeping out of the way, staying near walls, getting where they need to be fast, and just tending to their jobs. You see some loud, outspoken people talking to other loud, outspoken people, trying to discuss the formalities and intricacies of the concept of life. It is a very... Some people are being very philosophical, some people are being very functional in the conversations, and just in the courtyard in general. There's lots of people here, none of which are wearing the actual insignia that you saw before, as the badge itself is kept for people who are actively wardens.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other keepers here?
Give me a perception check.
I have a D20 in my hand. Yes, I do. What's my perception? +1. 12.
12. Given the unique nature of keepers, you don't see any keepers around, but you can feel that a keeper has been here,
Mhm.
like somewhat recently.
Okay.
You don't know how recently. It could be yesterday, it could be a week.
Just
But it's
something's
recently enough that you can, like, there's some, like, the weird residual energy of a keeper is like, ooh, you feel it,
hard. Okay.
but you're not entirely sure if they're right here at this moment.
That's good. That's all I need to know.
Okay. Before I move along, does anyone want to check anything else, or shall I just head to the door?
I have a turn.
Hello.
Welcome back.
We're in the courtyard.
Did-
In the big place.
Do the people within the company feel like snobby, or do they feel like they're just learning
the people in the company from the... Give me an insight check.
18.
18. It definitely seems like there's a varying mix of people. There are some people who maybe... In those philosophical discussions, you can tell some of those people are trying to very much overcomplicate very simple things to look clever. And in a very snobby way. There are some people who seem to be very genuine, who are just working there because they either enjoy working there, or it seems like they feel like it's a good thing to do, as it's helping people overall.
Yeah.
It's definitely a person-by-person case here.
Are there any druids, I would say?
Let's make a perception check.
Or maybe look for the writing perception. 23. 16 plus
23. You do see a few. There is, in the very small amount of plant life that actually does exist here in the trees and such around the central building, you see two, what you would assume druids. You've not met necessarily every druid grove in the world, and there are lots of different groups of druids, but they seem to be druidic people here as well. There's two underneath one of the trees, just talking about something just too far away to know what you're talking about.
My people. So I wouldn't recognize anyone.
We don't recognize anyone particularly. This is still technically a business. A lot of people work here. It's not like from what you're aware, there's two sort of jobs here. There's working for the company and working as an Aether warden. And working for the company is there are a lot of spaces available because they want people working here because it helps them protect the world from collapsing, basically. But being an Aether warden is a unique opportunity that is given to certain people.
Did I meet an Aether warden that one time?
You did. You met one in the tavern. You were sat
Yeah,
at the back. Yeah.
That was by himself. Okay. I'll just stick with the party and just keep looking around.
Okay. After walking through, seeing people being or doing whatever they're supposed to be doing, or maybe not supposed to be doing inside the courtyard, you find yourselves at the door of this central building. It's a door gilded in blue and gold, but can everyone give me a perception check, please?
Yeah.
Perception.
Alrighty.
24.
19.
5.
8.
Okay, both Eleanor and Casey, you notice this gilding isn't gilding. It's not just a simple design on the door, but a collection of minuscule runes, very close together, carved in lines, creating a pattern across the door.
What do they say?
You do not know what they say, as it is in basically enchanting language, but you know it is some sort of enchantment has been put upon this door.
I can't make a roll, see if I know anything about that.
Can we
Not
Arcana check
particularly.
it?
Yeah, well, actually, no, never mind. Yeah, make an Arcana check. It's a fun way of doing it. I never thought about that for some reason. It's hard to know exactly what enchanting does, because it's a very complicated collection of...
I got 12.
I got 11.
You don't know what it does. Just know it's an enchanted door.
Rep my plus 10. So, Walker, do just knock.
That's what I've done every time I've come.
I'm gonna use my staff and knock on the door.
That we've done.
Okay. I will tell you that was one of the decisions. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
As you knock on the door, and you don't hear anything for a moment, except you do hear someone sat off to the side, almost like, like it's like almost like a slap grumbling, annoyed to himself. As you hear the door being opened, new people supposed to push it open because it's funny. As the door opens to a little gnomish woman behind the door. Ah, Walker, you took a little longer than was expected.
We had a complication on our journey. Gobblers are quite the annoying creatures.
That they are. And as you're looking at the woman, who you recognise as the secretary of sorts, Emma.
Uh-huh.
And Emma seems to have a penchant for more practical wear while still being presentable. I'll put a picture of her in the chat. and a turnaround gift because I like doing that.
Fair.
You see, she is wearing a layered green skirt, thick brown-heeled boots, a black undershirt with a faded green waistcoat, and a blue hat with a yellow feather for a little splash of colour.
Wood.
The rest of you notice quite quickly, however, that she has a metallic left arm and is using an umbrella of some sort as a cane.
Oh. Wait, the rest of us? What do you mean? Like the ones we didn't know before?
Yeah. 'Cause you all look
so
at her. You see that
All of
she
us.
has a...
All of us, other than the one who already knew it. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought someone missed it. Okay, fair enough.
What does the door do?
If you try to push the door can only be opened from the inside. If you try and push it, it will stun you on the spot.
The Jamis made me want to poke with a stick.
Knocking is fine. Forcibly trying to push the door open doesn't go great. It is quite funny, I will admit. But this building is very important. The information in this building is important to potentially the safety of the entire realm. So we have just the occasional defense in place. You can see she's a middle-aged woman. She's been working here for a while. And she invites you in to the hall. As you are following her into the hall, she does say to you, Walker, just, seeing as you have managed to wrangle a keeper, I shall go and inform Mistress Galamir. She'll show you the... just out of curiosity, when were you invited?
Pulls out the piece of paper. It's this long ago.
Wrangle seems to fit quite well. But yes, I'll go and inform Mistress Galamir. She will show you around, I imagine. And Emma heads off. And you are left in the open entrance hall.
I found that quite preposterous, really.
Well, you have been actively dodging
Not actively.
The
The world's just... It's interesting. And this piece of paper wasn't very interesting at the time.
Fair enough.
Let's say while you're waiting, you just have a look around the room. She's gone for a good 10-15 minutes. It takes a while. She's doing something to pass the time. You look around, it's a relatively simple room in terms of design. It is a large square room with decorative pillars in each corner. The only aesthetic thing is across the walls around the outside of the room itself are paintings of just a multitude of different islands, some of which none of you recognize. You see a few people in this main hall. There's about 7 or 8 people in this hall, but you see 2 people with the Aether Warden insignia. One you've met before, and one rather loud fellow. In front of the rather loud fellow is a smaller halfling man casting some sort of magic. And as he's doing that, there is a very energetic and intrigued man talking to this loud, stone-skinned man. I'll put images of...
Stone-skinned? What is he?
Yes, I'll put... Potentially.
She knows.
And I'm going to
I was
put
joking, but damn, okay.
picture of the stone-skinned man and the energetic person talking to him in the chat.
Yeah, it's a Genasi. And that's a bard. He reminds me of the
I
bard.
really hope you're wrong, just
That bard-
for the bit.
That guy reminds me of the bard you find in Baldur's Gate.
Fair enough.
He's got the stupid outfit, the hat, the book, all that.
Do I recognize either of those two? From being here before?
Sort of one and a half.
Okay.
As in, you recognize the larger stone gentleman as Ganbon, who is quite a conceited member of the Aether Wardens. Not necessarily in a evil way, in a thinks he is incredible and everyone should love him kind of way.
Fair enough, yeah.
And he's talking to whoever this man is in a chest up high. He's holding his weapon over his shoulder, as he's posing. You hear him talking like, "So then I thought there was 3 giants coming over the hill. Yeah, and I was there on my own. My party had already run away. At that time, they were being cowards. And he's like going through a whole story of him saving this village and the time he helped map the Isle of Black Glass. And this guy's writing everything down, writing it all down, flipping a page. Right, never once refilling like the ink on his quill. Just writing and writing.
Interesting.
Is that a scribe wizard?
Is that an actual question or DM like question?
I think that's just. I think.
Yeah, it could be, might not, might be. You don't know.
I know a thing about scribe wizards.
He's back. He always comes back.
Better than Tallberry.
Yeah.
We'll have Tallberry when we're getting tall nut.
Never.
Better a tall nut than a long nut.
Walnut.
One thing you do notice on the tall man with the stone skin, that his cape is just constantly billowing behind him. After about 15 minutes or so, Emma comes back, being followed by a rather tall-looking elven woman. I shall put this person in the chat as well. She is of a slightly darker complexion in the skin.
Smash.
God damn it!
And it's strange. She's holding a staff by her side, which is constantly letting off as she comes over to talk to you. You feel it letting off a constant, almost aura of cold around.
I am unaffected. I am wearing many clothes.
It's not uncomfortable. It's like just a constant cool energy coming off of it. But looking at the staff, it's strange. It almost looks like the staff is melting.
I'm just gonna hide my jacket a little bit more when she gets closer.
Firstly, I do apologise about that, aiming to Casey. It is a sort of a requirement for me. But so you are the new batch. Glad to see you all accepted the invitations.
Thank you.
Yes, invitations are rare for... Wait, why did that sentence is written so badly? Invitations are rather rare for Aether Wardens. Many people don't fancy a life of running headlong into chaos. So you're either brave, curious, or stupid, and hopefully not the latter. Now...
I'm curious.
First and foremost, Emma, can you please fetch the papers? And you see Emma just nods and scurries off. You see she has a constant limp, hence why she's using the cane. Just down a corridor from the door that she just opened. So, if you could follow me, that would be very helpful.
I'm gonna walk with my walking stick. I want her
You
to
all
feel
proceed.
supported.
So, as you are following her down one of these corridors, the corridors are still relatively simple. It's all of the white stone. It's almost clinical in its energy. As you're walking for a couple of minutes as she's talking. So, as you're all aware, we live in a world of islands. Islands being held aloft by etheric bubbles that emanate from the core somewhere within those islands. Now, every island core may not be the same, but every one is as important as the others. And every one of them must be protected. Your job is to find etheric disturbances inside those bubbles. Disturbances which, if left unchecked, could potentially cause irreversible damage to that island's core or the beings that live on it. And in a worst case scenario, destroy the magic that keeps the island in the sky. Now, what causes those disturbances? The precise nature of why they happen are unknown. We have departments in the company that have made it their entire goal to find out why. And as you hear someone crack open a cold one in the corridor to the side.
That was like a stock sound effect of a can opener.
That was such a good sound effect.
It was so good, yeah.
It's
I was
crispy.
opening my can of Monster. I got the Rio flavor. If y'all haven't tasted the Rio flavor Monster, it's really good.
I've never had an energy drink. But as a warden, you are not tasked with finding out why they exist, but finding the disturbance and fixing it however you need to. As a warden, you will be afforded passage into many usually inaccessible places and have free roam of the Aether channels and docks. Your badges will act as papers and bypass entrance fees into certain islands and locations. Every time you achieve something of renown, be it fixing a disruption, saving a village from a fire slink horde, or mapping unmapped parts of islands, or finding new aetheric currents, you will gain merits. The higher your merits, the more trusted you will become to the company, and the more perks you may receive and knowledge you will become privy to. And during this conversation, near the end, Emma returns, with the papers gasping heavily, just, you know, I have one leg, and I'm half your size. You could have at least slowed down. She hands the papers to Galamir, and Galamir smiles, but also looks slightly guilty. Just, the sort of wide mouth teeth, just. Anyway, these papers will be yours to sign. Sign them, and you officially become Aether Wardens, or you can rip them up and go back to whatever life you had before. The choice is yours. As she hands you all essentially a contract.
Either boredom or being commanded.
So Walker hasn't gone through this before, has he? This,
no,
like,
which
process?
is probably an oversight.
He,
in the
like, he
sense
has
of-
been doing like small
Yeah.
jobs for them, but it just hasn't officially.
You
been
haven't
signed up
officially
yet.
gone out on a disruption yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Just making sure.
Shep has signed, but he's also getting Brindle, Jolt, and Ember to sign.
As you are doing that, Galamir seems heavily enraptured in seeing these creatures come out of the jar and essentially imprint their magical aura onto the paper. After your first official assignment or job of sorts, I would quite like to talk to you about your companions.
Bombastic side eye.
Though they are very fascinating beings.
All in
They
unison.
are basically they are fascinating beings. Technically my job is not to run the society. I admit society, not society. That's a bad word. We don't use that one. It makes it sound scary. Technically, it is not my job to run the company. I exist quite high up in the chain, but I am more reside over the experimentation and research and finding of magics departments. But they left you to me from your unique skill sets. And as you're looking over the paper, basically what it says is you will join the society. I keep saying society! You will join the company, the Airlurean Company, and become an Aether Warden. You will be liable for all of your damages caused by yourself, unless it is explicitly in the fixing of an aetheric disturbance. So if you walk into a place and destroy a building, not related to the disturbance, it is your fault. You will be... if you are injured on duty, you will be given aid. However, if you die, you are dead. Like, it is basically impossible to get back to here fast enough from any island to be fixed of it to use a resurrection spell outside of pure, like, true resurrection, which is not really a thing outside of end game stuff.
I would estimate they don't even have an end game wizard or healer SMH.
I mean, basically it require like a Vecna here to do that, and it's unlikely. It's level 20 fucking spells.
Yeah.
And
This company don't even got a Vecna.
and and any explicit secrets regarding to the actual safety of the islands will not be shared outside of the company.
Wait, what?
Any information, basically, if something can be if information is dangerous if leaked, must be kept inside of company grounds.
Oh no, dangerous information can't be shared. Who would have thought?
It's D&D world. Adventurers talk shit all the time. This is a contract.
I can't say stuff around the speak with animals.
And if you're okay with those, with that information, you may sign on the dotted line.
Sign.
Yeah. Say
I'm assuming.
Ship's having difficulty getting Jolt to agree, but eventually it does happen.
Okay. As you all sign your papers, the paper begins to glow. Not aggressively, but starts to, like, hum to life almost. And it crumples into itself and solidifies, almost looking like molten metal. As its shape transforms and solidifies into the shape of the Urian Company sigil. Just your badges.
Is this like the kind of badge you put on your chest or on a necklace or what?
Well, wherever you prefer.
Essentially, yes.
You do notice on the stone-skinned fellow, he's attached it to his sword. It's in the guard of his sword.
You know, I'm not going the police route, just on the chest, very visible.
It's in Shep's hat. It's like inside his hat.
I will quickly go and get just a screenshot of how it looks, like closer up. Ignore the model this is on. I'm going to crop it out for the actual video.
Fair enough. I'm going to put the kind of badge. I'm going to clasp it to my belt. Just keep it on around kind of the belt area.
I'm assuming I cannot make that badge without
No.
bashing. Heck. I probably can't put any badge on anywhere without bashing.
I'm gonna hang it on my staff.
No, you can't. Okay, you can definitely do all that. We'll sort that out on models. Yeah, super easy.
Yeah, it's a daisy.
But you see, it's a very simplified version, almost of like a star or a sun, with a visualized representation of an etheric current traveling across it. Now, a fact of your badges, they work as a sort of short-range messaging device. Much like the larger communication buildings you may spot on some islands. However, due to the nature of the space between islands and the size of the badges, they only work with each other inside any given bubble that surrounds an island. Also, now you have signed up, let me be the first to welcome you, and give you a bit of information on how Aether Warden parties work. It's not a lot more, just a little bit you need to know. Each group consists of at least 5 members until you are of a higher merit. The Scholar, the Medic, the Hunter, the Shipwright, and the Helmsman. Now, due to the unique nature of a Helmsman, having spare ones is very rare, as it takes a lot of training and specialized skills to become one. As such, any party is allowed to employ their own Helmsman to help them on their way. Now I leave that in your hands.
Do you give the training, or do we have to sort out ourselves?
The training of we could potentially give the training. There are skilled people here. There's a lot of helmsmen tend to usually be out in the overworld somewhere.
Is it easier to understand it than a book?
It probably will be, but it takes a long time to learn. There's a lot of unique rules on the enchantment that keeps the engines running, and tiny micro adjustments to the slight magic in the air to keep the Voyager going in the direction you want it to go in, and being able to even know where the currents are, as they do tend to be invisible. But it is certainly possible, it just takes a rather long time.
Well, good for those who probably can do that. I'm not gonna try. I got my spells. That's about the all magic I do care about.
I don't mind learning how to fly the ships. I'm a healer.
That is fine. You will need to probably find time in between doing your warden duties. But I'm sure there are ways in the world to help you along that process. Are there any other questions you all desire from me right now?
How does the payment work with the merits?
The merits are more just to prove to the company and other people who may require assistance your level of competence, your skill sets. Your payments will be given to you upon completion of a disruption, completion of a job.
Mhm.
There is also another thing I did forget to mention. On your journeys, you may encounter something near disruption sites, known as elemental amber.
Mhm.
You'll know it when you see it. It lets off a constant elemental energy. You basically can feel it when you get near it. If you
Do we
see
collect
any of
it or
them,
avoid it?
yes. Now, if you see them, please do collect them. That is how we power many of the magical things we use today.
Any caution we need to take, like
Not
collecting them
particularly.
straight away?
The only
Are they
thing
dangerous to hold?
they're not. They are completely fine to hold. We use them to channel we use small sections of basic grade material ones to channel the lamps in the city, as you saw.
I did not see that. I didn't pay attention to the lamps.
You also were getting a pizza at the time. It's okay. It was like what? But it's essentially used as a battery of sorts, and there are different grades. They tend to form in areas with disturbance. We do have a trade shop here. If you bring back amber, you can trade it in for items, for equipment and such. It's just that's more of a side objective. It's just helpful to have because it helps us then power more of our equipment here to help find out more information about the disruptions, and it's a constant cycle.
Do you have any books or paperwork we can use to kind of keep this information? Or if there's any, like, if-then situations we run into?
What situations? Sorry.
That's either thing. Is there any paperwork that we can look back on if there's ever a situation where, like, maybe we
Ever
shouldn't
situation.
get ourselves in this? Like, common issues that will make us step out of what we should be doing outside of our scope of practice.
Well, you tend to be allowed to just. You're allowed to do whatever you need to do to complete the objective. The protection of the islands essentially comes first and foremost, because if the disruption runs rampant, it could make the island fall from the sky. As long as it is in the best interest of the disruption and the fixing of a disruption, you are basically greenlit to do whatever you need to do. If you choose to go and do go and help some governor with his political issues, you are fully within your right to do so. You're allowed to take jobs on the side. This is not a exclusive do this and nothing else, but a disruption should take priority as it can have lasting and irreversible effects. But realistically, you are free to do whatever you would like to do.
Sounds good. Do we have any missions as of now, or
That
do you want us
I
to hang out
will.
here?
There are two currently available. I will. No, two beginner-friendly ones available, but we will talk about them once you have procured a helmsman. But if you would like, would you like to see the map room? You can,
I'd
you can
love
look
to see the
now,
map room.
or you can come. You can look after you find him. But we can check now if you would like.
I'd love to see it. How long does it usually take people to learn how to fly anyway?
To fly other people, as you need to have a lot of basically you need to guarantee you're not going to mess up. It takes a couple of years of training and constant basically of constant just trying on when you have another person there who can fix your mistakes if you go wrong.
Yeah.
It's like a driving instructor. And you do need to learn the basics of only specifically the enchantments that are placed upon a Aether Voyager engine.
Yeah.
And just for context for the world stuff, enchantments aren't a language in themselves. It's all runic. It's all you put different words together to make things make sense.
Mhm.
So if you have attach, lightning, pull, you can basically make a lightning rod, and it's that sort of logic, which is why I have to be very careful when enchanting stuff. Otherwise, it'll do something completely different.
Question.
Yes.
When was the last time one of these islands fell out of the sky?
I do have that information, but I need to check some notes. Yo, yo, Nathan, can you send me your backstory?
Will do, boss man.
Because I don't have it written down. I
pulled
can't
it
remember. I
up.
can't remember the name of the place. Is the thing. But I
I
know
was
we
gonna,
wrote it in the story.
yeah, I wanted to make sure I had all my information just in case, so I had it pulled up.
Thank you.
I will share the link
No,
with you.
I'll cut that line out. It's fine.
It should be a short though. That definitely should be a short.
Okay. If you don't mind it staying in, I'm okay with
Yeah,
that.
no, I don't. It's funny.
Okay.
Gonna get to you. Okay. There are also, just in case you ever need them, there are Hero Forge
NPC
models
things.
I made in there as well.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. Thank you. I could not remember for the life of me what it's called. I had half the name.
Yeah.
The last island was a rather tragic one. Down to the south of the Southern Isles, at the bottom of our reachable map, there was an island known as Sunspot. It was a kingdom that fell around 115, 120 years ago. I can't remember exactly right now. The date, it's between those two dates, and the entire kingdom fell from the sky, and a few people might have gotten out, but if they did, they've been very quiet ever since. It is a kingdom lost to time, and it's unfortunate. And that's because the disruption was there, but no one could get in to fix it. At the time, none of the Aether Voyagers were allowed in. We're still not entirely sure why. But many people were lost that day. And that is why it's our job to make sure it never happens again.
Shep will be writing all this down in a weird kooky language that people can't read.
Actually, if it is
Yes.
a language, I can read it. I have a invocation to read all writing, so
That's fair.
I don't think I'd know. It's weird. He just sort of sees everything as the same language anyway.
This young man can read.
To those that can't read, it just looks like a bunch of runes.
Anyone who would like to see the map room?
Yeah, I'll go have a look.
I'm definitely tagging along. Yeah.
Okay.
Our pilot's somewhere in the city, we'll find him.
Well, you probably know where he is.
Yeah, he said the pub.
Yeah.
Where? She brings you. You walk another few minutes through the corridors to find a door. There's lots of corridors and lots of doors. They are all marked with what they are. So you walk past one, and one just says documentation. One says more documentation. I can't think of another room right now. But you find yourself upon the door is made of a different material to the rest of the doors in the building. The rest of the doors are made of a very fine-looking wood. This one is made of the same white stone as the actual wall around you. She opens the door, and looking into the room, you just see a dark, almost foreboding, just room. There's no windows. There's no lights. And entering the room... Sorry, I inhaled some drink. Entering the room, you can just make out a table on the right side of the room with a few scrolls and books piled on it. Other than that, there is nothing. No windows, no bookshelves, not anything. Then the door behind you closes and the room goes pitch black, as if a veil of sheer black has been pulled over your eyes. Then a small humming... Yes. Then a small... I'm pretty sure that was a reference to a different campaign, but that shut my brain down.
I was about to say, I figured there'd be more to that, but, you know.
Then you start to hear a small humming, a magical vibration humming, as the room begins to light up. And colours fade in from nothing around you, and clouds, jagged stone, fly from the walls around you, whizzing past you and through you. And after a few moments, the room is lit up, and the world, your world, is all around you. Islands floating up to 20 feet high, an endless blue sheet of ocean at your feet, and you see tiny, tiny little ships travelling from island to island. And the large society building is marked on where you are right now with a little "You are here" written above it. Welcome to the map room.
Thank you.
Very impressive.
This is a... when you find a pilot, you will have to... It's not a contract, just... You'll have a little item you need to take with you, and you leave the item on the ship, and this room will track where you are at any given time, on where your ship is at any given time. So in case anything happens, we know how to... what island there might be an issue on. You can also see what islands people are already working on disturbances on, and if you need to, and she sort of puts her hand up and like grabs nothing and pulls down, and like the islands that are higher up come down to what, like the whole map moves like a 3D map. You're just moving around. You can see basically all the places you might need to go, all of the islands, and you see there's one island on the right, far right. You can even see like the aetheric currents attached to all. You can see a visual representation of all of them on this map. The ones that they have, the ones they have actively mapped so far. But there's one island on the right with no definition. It's almost blurry, and there's no currents towards it at all.
What's this one then?
Now, that one appeared rather recently. By recently, I do mean about 3 years ago. But
New island.
They do appear occasionally. It is rather rare. In the same way it's rare for an island to fall, it's also rare for an island to rise from the ocean or come from the sky or just appear overnight. That one is interesting though. We can't find any currents to it. And every time we have an observatory on one of the closest islands to it, and even through the observatory it's just almost like looking through a heat haze. We can't make out any details on it. It is very strange.
Interesting.
We would very much like to get there, as it could hold some very important answers for the world, or it might just be full of monsters, but we don't know. And that's what makes it interesting. Both. I would still prefer it just to have the good things, but
Well,
if it has to come with both, we'll take both.
yes, good with bad is better than just bad.
And hopefully not none of the above. You know, we're hoping for one of those two things, at the very least.
Well, hopefully soon, someone will find a current to find the way over there. Maybe you'll find the current to find your way over there. I can safely say that'd be worth more than 1 merit. But, yes, when you find a job listing you find interesting, you can come here to find, see if anyone else has at the island already, if there's any communications systems there, so you could, like communication buildings, so you could talk to them beforehand, find out some information before you head off. It just helps you get a general bearing of what is in the place you are planning to go to. Instead of just having a traditional top-down map of the area, you have a full rendition of all of the islands and the buildings and the villages on them. And as far as you all know, you've never seen anything like this.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's cool.
Ship's going to get quite inquisitive, and while everyone's chatting and looking, he's going to be looking for any island that could be housing keepers.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Investigation. 14.
14. There is one island currently, other than the island on the far right, that is basically hardly like mapped at all, and is basically just full of vegetation, and that is the Broken Jungle.
Mm-hmm.
The Broken Jungle doesn't have much detail outside of just having trees on it, and between some of the floating islands there is large, almost like vines and roots that are forming bridges, like naturally between the island. Seems to have split apart. And they could, if the keepers are doing keeper things and just not being found, that's a good place to not be found in.
Vicious note-taking.
But as you're aware, keepers can just be anywhere.
Yeah, he's just
if no one's
looking-
seen any for a while, it's most likely because they've all gathered to do gathering things, as they do occasionally. I'm being very vague with the wordings.
Yeah. Ship's just mad he's not invited.
There are a lot. The islands are themselves massive still.
Yeah.
So even on very very social islands, there are places people could potentially be. I will say,
Question to the party: how long are we planning on staying in this map room?
Until I guess till she's done explaining things.
While
for context, she has done explaining things.
Are you gonna try to like document stuff?
Yeah, Shep's gonna try to draw the map in his book.
You are fully within your. Yeah, you are fully allowed to do that. This room is not one of the secrets, technically speaking, in the sense of it is just a map. If you would like to understand how to control a map, in the book on the table over there on the right, there is it's an instruction manual on how to, get more information on the map, zooming in, zooming out, moving it around. If you need to get any more specifics. But other than that, there's nothing else I need to tell you at this moment in time. Once you have found yourself a helmsman, come on back and talk to Emma, and she will sort you out about getting on your first job.
Well, if anyone wants to head out and go find the pilot, Shep will stay here and basically draw this map for himself.
Do you need help drawing the map, or do you think you'll be okay?
Let me check my stats and I'll let you know. That'd be fine.
Hi, guidance.
To be fair, it won't be a particularly high check because you're doing it for a while. It's not like you're doing it at like Mach 10. You have time to work with.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But-
Fair enough.
Okay, and while everyone is going to go do their things, we'll have the break here.
Alrighty.
Okay.
We are back from our break. It was a long break because it's really, really hot and some of us needed to cool down. So, we come back with Shep staying in the map room, trying to basically map out this 3D map as much as he can on a 2D map. For that, we'll say, give me a performance or sleight of hand check.
Roll the performance. 22.
And given the fact you've got probably a few hours, people looking for the pilot you were here on the way, that sentence was backwards. This is a very, very good interpretation, like a very good interpretation of the map. And considering you have you have a perfect reference from every angle, so you know exactly where everything needs to go properly. It's not going to be the entire world map. These are the South Isles. This map. There are northern map. There is a northern set of islands, but that's not your concern at the moment.
Yeah.
Anyone's concern at the moment. It is almost a different jurisdiction. But you make a very solid map. That will serve you well.
Fantastic.
Walker, I said you was wandering around the grounds. Anything particular you're doing? You're going.
I think he's just looking to see if any of the few people, in relative terms, that he like is close to, like people he like specifically interacts with on a more frequent basis, see if anyone's around or if everyone's out just doing jobs and whatnot.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Okay.
You get a few rolls in.
Yeah, we get a few. That is going to be a 15.
15. You definitely come across a few people. You've been here for a while. There's general staff that you do get on with. There is people, say, working in the Department of Disruption Management, Department of Disruption Origin. It's all very disruption heavy. But there's a couple of people you meet on the way around, and quite a few of them will gesture towards you. Just so you got your badge.
Yeah, finally. Took him long enough.
Yeah, I can see why that's annoying. I can see why that's annoying. But also, as you're aware, due to the nature of people having to go out in groups, and there was no new groups, so there's no one for you to go with in a group fashion, so they were waiting for another group to come in to give you the thing, and it's a lot of weird political bollocks.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to that stuff. I just go where they tell me to go.
But now you get to go on your first proper disruption voyage, now don't you? Whatever it's called.
Yeah, finally. Interesting crew I got with me, but we'll see how it works out.
You reckon they can handle themselves in some situations you might be coming across? You know how it works. It could be some really weird stuff happening.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, I've got a few more minutes to break if there's any. And he's basically saying, like, he's telling me about what's been going on recently, just to have a conversation and such.
Yeah.
But after you finish that conversation, you start heading towards the courtyard.
Uh-huh.
And Stone Man has wandered off. He's no longer here. The little halfling who's always with him, who they very much have a Gaston and Gaston's little helper from Beauty and the Beast. I can't remember his name right now. Energy about them.
No one remembers his name.
Neither can I.
Fair enough.
They have that sort of in it.
No one remembers his name. He's not important.
You knew what he was doing earlier when he's casting. He stood in front of him and he was talking. He was basically casting Gust constantly to make his cape billow.
His name's LaFoe, by the way.
LaFoe, thank you.
French.
Did you just Google that?
Yes.
Bet.
Fair enough.
That is very fair. But the bard-looking fellow is still there, who immediately notices you walk through and looks straight towards you, almost like piercingly for a moment, and his eyes widen. Like, I don't think I've seen you before. That is a Voyager sigil, if I'm not wrong. Not a Voyager, a Warden sigil.
Walker stops. He had been hoping to just be ignored by this guy. But now that he knows he's been spotted, he just goes, yes, it is.
Excellent. Then I have a couple of questions for you. And he walks over. And as he walks, you notice he is just regular-looking human, except he has very bright yellow eyes. He walks over with his book. It's just, a pleasure to meet you. My name is Zamba. I'm a playwright. And you recognise his name. You've seen him talking to wardens before. He seems to come here quite a lot. I come here to find new stories to write about. Where else are you gonna get the best stories than the Aeirelon Company, where they go where reality makes no sense and they save the world and save the islands. This is where stories are made. And if you are willing to talk, I heard you went through a bit of an ordeal with some unsightly fellows up near Homebelt. You were the group that got ransacked on the open skies, and you had to you had to make an escape from a camp with hundreds and hundreds of goblins.
Walker sits there. He takes a moment. He just stares at this guy, blinks once, then just, yes, that is the general gist. Who did you hear that from?
Stories travel fast if you know where to listen. Now, he's sort of trying to push you over to a bench in the room, push you over, you must tell me all about this adventure so I can write it into my next book. You are a new warden, are you not? If in that case, I must get all of the details of you and this new. You might be the next the next saviors of the realm. It could be a fantastic story to listen to in the future. We have your. He's like very excitedly talking about
how
like,
how distracted does he seem right now? Like, is he paying much attention to me, or is he just like more into like his books and his writing stuff and all that?
He is paying attention in the sense of he wants to talk to you about it, but he's also going off on bits of like tangents about you might be the next super adventurers with.
Actively, Walker is looking around hoping someone will save him from this man. He does not want to be a part of this right now. He's just looking around to see if anyone is like around to help him out.
Do I notice this is happening?
It depends on how quickly were you leaving, because Walker would just hung around for a while talking to other people he knew after you all set off. So that depends on how long you were waiting.
I'd probably hang out because I don't know this town enough yet.
But then I'll say yes, you do see it happening.
My savior Walker, are you okay?
Walker is just giving that look of like, for as long as you've known him, he's not a very social person. So putting him in front of someone who is actively this social is making him uncomfortable. You could definitely just tell by the look on his face that he's very uncomfortable with this situation.
My superior member of the guild, do you need help with anything?
Yes, I do think we need to, get a move on. He just looks down to, God, what was his name again?
Zamber.
Zamber, is that what you said?
Yeah, Zamba.
Okay. He looks down to Zamber and he just, I do hate to cut this short. My compatriot that I was waiting on has returned, and we do have very important business to conduct in town. But I'll catch up with you later. Yes?
A deception check.
Okay. I'm actually pretty.
Yeah, to be fair.
It's technically not very important, but.
Well, yeah, no, but it's not exactly a persuasion check, is it? It's not.
No, it's not. 19.
Okay, he looks like, oh, that is entirely fair. I got a lot of valuable information. Look at his note, and he's just written a story out of you fighting out of this goblin camp, these like giant goblins and stuff, and he's written a whole story for it already. Like,
And I haven't
conversation.
told him anything. Like,
Yeah, I know.
I think Walker's like very confused how he knows so much of this like very much not correct tale.
It's all very
Like-
exaggerated. Like there was a giant goblin, there was a gobbrute, what they called. I think gobblue brute. It's really weird to say. Mouth doesn't like it. But there's like bits of all the information is correct. There's like everything he's written is technically correct, but just a bit more.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird.
He's so,
Exaggerated.
I think Walker is very confused on why he wants to talk to him, considering the fact he has so much of this already. But he's just like, yes, I'll catch up with you later. Let's go. And he very quickly starts walking out of this area with Casey.
Yeah, you did absolutely see Emma, who waits in that room tent basically all the time. It's her job to sort people out when they first come in. She was quietly-ish pissing herself laughing in the corner. Like she's seen this happen more than once to multiple members of the company and always finds it funny.
That's fair.
Walker will, like, as he's walking away, turn to Casey and be like, "Thank you for coming over. I'm not a very social individual, and that man scares me."
It's okay, I had my fun. Now let's go make some gold. Like, when I start banging my staff on the ground.
We do, I guess we do need to find our pilot. I guess we have to ask our pilot if he wishes to be employed by us. We didn't really ask him officially.
What's his name again? Is it Rip?
Ryker.
Ryker. Let's go look for Ryker.
Yes.
How much do pilots cost nowadays, actually?
I'm not quite sure. I've done jobs for the company, but I haven't been part of a crew officially, so I'm not quite sure how they deal with all that. Was it? Eleanor. Where is she at?
Did we see her go in any direction?
Where she's just right behind you.
In the shadows.
She just comes out of the shadow.
Like she's just suddenly standing right next to one of you. I don't know. She would be quiet, wouldn't she?
Yeah, decently so, I imagine.
You guys just look around for her. When you look back, she's just standing there, right next to you.
Hello there, my queen. Did you learn how to fly yet?
No,
Okay,
that's
we're back to looking for a pilot.
Like I said, we could ask Ryker if he would like to officially become our pilot. But even if he were to say no, there are plenty of options we still have.
You do know the place you came through at the beginning was essentially a giant shipyard. It's a place where people who work with ships live. The wooden section.
Yeah.
It still take too long for me to learn how to fly.
Yeah, from what I've heard, the process could take years. That's why I've never attempted to learn such skills. I do believe Shep is going to be busy for a while. I'm sure he'll find us sooner rather than later, but I believe we should continue on while he is busy.
I suppose so.
And then Walker looks around one more time to make sure that no one else is going to stop him. And
Everyone else
then-
is seemingly going around their own business.
Yeah, and then he's going to just very, very swiftly walk out before anyone else stops him, because he's still a little nervous about that fact, I think. But he'll quickly walk out.
Okay. And you all head out. I will ask, where are you going? Just to make sure.
Your man.
To the shipyard,
That
or
would
we
be
can
over
go
there.
to the we can go to the hospital so I can make some more gold.
I do believe we should get a pilot first, because the main amount of our funds are going to come from doing jobs with the company. So we could either go to the shipyard. Well, would the shipyard be where Ryker's at as well, or is that a separate area?
Potentially. I will say, from what you know of him, he's probably in some sort of establishment having a drink.
Would there be an establishment having that kind of establishment in the shipyard area?
Yes, you believe on the road you passed with the louder street with the music and such, that there was taverns on that street directly across from like workshops for shipyards, quite literally a place where they build ships.
Yeah. So I'm going to suggest for us to go to that area and see if we can find Ryker. And if not, obviously the shipyards are right there. We can procure a different pilot.
Okay. For sake of ease of session, I'm going to say you make your way back over to the loud street.
Yeah, fair enough.
You don't have to go back through all the gate stuff. Shog's still there. He congratulates you on becoming Aether Wardens on the way through.
Very well. Very good.
And you find your way back to the street again. Now, on the left side, on the right side of the road, the direction you're going, are the very large buildings. Large in the sense of stuff like workshops, warehouses. There we go. And on the left side is one of the larger buildings, very wide, not particularly tall, but that's playing music and has lots of excitement, almost like a party happening on the inside.
Alrighty.
Should we find a pilot at the party or go deeper?
Well, I was just assuming we were trying to find Ryker. If we don't particularly care to see if he wants to join us, we can go.
To be at the bar.
Yes.
To the bar.
Okay.
I just wave my stick in the air.
Okay, so the two of you enter. Eleanor.
Yeah.
Could you roll me that D10 wisdom saving throw, please? If you remember what we talked about yesterday.
Oh yeah. That's it. The wisdom saving throw, yeah.
Yeah, it's a DC 10.
14.
You are fine.
Yeah.
I'm not specifying what else that means, but you are fine.
That's
Well,
ominous.
You all enter into the bar, and as soon as you enter, the energy is immense. The people are you clearly see there's some sort of celebration. People are drinking and shouting to each other across the room. There's a group of people in the center of the room, all dancing and jumping around, and you all hear the music, you see them dancing to the music, and you look around and there's no musicians. There's no one playing music.
Very weird. Very odd.
Make me a perception check. For 2 different reasons. Just everyone who's looking around the room.
I was about to say, yeah, everyone, I'd assume.
I got a dirty 20.
I got a 19. Let's go. I'm good today.
Eleanor, could you roll me a perception check, please?
Don't roll yourself.
No, my cat just suddenly panicked. What the fuck? Did she knock down something? I thought I heard something.
It did kind of sound like something fall. I will give you that.
I think I can't see anything that fell.
That's what your perception check's for.
Shut.
Damn.
Yeah. It's 10.
Okay. Now Eleanor's distracted by some stuff happening in the room. Some tables and stuff have all like collapsed. They're building a little stack of chairs in the corner. One guy's like passed out drunk and they're stacking things on his head and it all just fell over and it completely distracted him. The other two, however, both notice both in the middle of the room someone you've met before having a grand old time. And you also notice the origin of the music, or the point of the music. You look over towards the bar as you're scanning the room, and it's, you know, when you're you can hear the direction of a sound. When you're looking at it, you basically know where it is.
Yeah.
And there is a contraption on the edge of the bar. It's a black glass box with carvings on it that are glowing a faint light blue. It seems that is the source of the music, whatever that means. When you're looking at it, you can see it. You don't know what it is, but and you also see in the middle of the room someone dancing and jumping with everyone else. You see Ryker in a completely different set of clothes.
He's shaking it.
They're still dirty because he's him, and you see him is now not completely ripped to shreds clothes he was wearing before, but a long, all still quite dirty, a long dirty blue coat with a strange metallic golden inside. He has a very almost royal blue looking shirt, and I can't remember if he had piercings before, but if he didn't have his piercings in before, he does have them all in now. He seems he's having a lot of fun. He's talking to people. He's smiling. He is way less grouchy than he was before.
Neato. I don't know if we should interrupt him. Maybe we should wait until he isn't so invested in something.
It's just the cat sound doing something.
I got jumped onto my lap, and therefore my phone fell down. But that was kind of my fault as well, because she jumped up, I tried to move my phone, put it not stable, and it fell. She's a bitch. Her fault.
Damn.
Oh, are you just going to wait in the revelry, or are you going to?
I'm going to dance with him.
Walker's just waiting. He's not. This isn't his type of thing.
I'm joining in on the dancing.
Yeah, you feel free to go join in the dancing. Make just for fun. Make a performance check. See how good your dancing is.
A 3.
This is some fucking prime dad dancing going on right now. This is. He just walks into the middle of the room. Is like, "You everyone watch this." There's a little fucking shuffle. Just.
I'm doing the sprinkler.
Oh, well, people are enjoying it. It's not that kind of a stuff. People see you joining in the dance, and you know it's Ryker. He's talking to someone. It looks over to you. It's like, oh, you kind of joining the fun. It's pretty cool. What's going on? This guy, this magnificent bastard right here. He puts his arm on this fucking hench dude's shoulder. This guy just finished working on one of the biggest ships the islands have ever seen.
Oh, shit.
He's like,
Which one?
it's not been officially launched yet, but they've got it all set up. It's named the Giant's Way. It can easily house, what is it, 200-300 people in it between islands? And the guy's just like, yeah, it's been a long time in the making, I can tell you that. But we finished it. all got some time off, and we're gonna see if we remember what happened by tomorrow morning. I can already tell you, Dave in the corner, he's not gonna remember what happened last week.
Damn.
That's the guy with like all the glasses and stuff balanced on his head.
That guy's out.
Well, I don't know who you are, but you're welcome to come and join in. Drinks are around the house at the moment. We're a good friend with the bar owner. We sort of come in here most nights after we finish working anyway, so fuck it, free drinks for everyone tonight. He's a good dude. He's a good dude. He looks back over. It's a good lass. Sorry. For the Americans, that's woman.
I'm well aware. Yeah.
I'm gonna motion Walker to come hang out with us. We're joking.
Is everyone in that middle like dancing and stuff?
Well, it's like sort of dancing, sort of just like the stood up being, like they're moving around a lot. It's very chaotic and energetic.
So Walker feel like wouldn't have to put too much effort into something, because Walker doesn't know fun in the traditional sense. He's just content. So him just standing around talking won't like ruin the mood. He doesn't think.
Should be fine.
Gotcha. Then
He'll
he'll
little dance where like I'm like pulling the rope to bring you closer.
Yeah, they'll just walk over and talk.
Walks out of time to the pulling animation.
Yeah, exactly. Walker definitely doesn't get what he's trying to do, so it's just very much out of place.
I'm trying to sync up the entire time. Where's Eleanor?
Chilling.
You're next. I'm just like pointing and popping.
No.
Still with a big smile on my face, bobbing while pointing at you.
She's not moving. She's not even close to moving.
I've mastered the art of standing so perfectly still. No one even sees my presence.
Well, we got Miss Statue over here.
So, what, are you just coming by for the party as well, or?
We're looking for the party, and we're looking for a pilot. We just joined the company.
He sees Squints, he's like, oh shit, yeah. And he points towards the badge we've got, like, yeah, good on you for that, good on you for that. He seems much more jovial than was before, but now he's not being captured by gobblers.
Gobblers, yeah.
So what's the going rate for a pilot anymore?
Commercial, or just general.
Walker kind of looks over and goes, what we're wondering, we're looking for a pilot to transport us around on company, jobs. We were, though it's being danced around right now, wanting to ask you if you would be interested in the job.
He thinks really hard, but he's like, he thinks really hard while staring off into the distance, like past you. Just like, he's definitely a little tipsy. So, well, if I remember correctly, all you wardens, you just get to go wherever you want, whenever you want, yeah?
It's a little more nuanced than that, but yes.
Since he's the pilot, would he get special privileges since we get like access to the islands for free?
You would believe so, as you basically said you can employ you get to procure your own pilot as part of your group.
Yeah, so if you stick with us, then you can get into the islands for free.
I can just go anywhere I want. Anyway, we can just go somewhere. We go that way, and we land there, and then it's good.
Yep.
Pretty much.
If I'm allowed to fly these skies free, I'll take you wherever you want to go.
Sounds perfectly fine to me. He's looking at it like,
if anything happens to the ship, I will ask that you all help me fix it, because I love my ship. I love my ship.
As long as there are things that can be repaired, and as long as they're not too much of a what do you call it, major damage. I've been trained in the art of basic repairs, so definitely repairs will not be a problem unless it's catastrophic.
That's all good by me. I just like flying my ship. He's been drinking this hot, cold conversation. He's just getting more. I like flying my ship, but they keep stopping me flying places. It's really annoying. So if you say I can just, if we just go, we go. We get in the skies, and you can all fit on the ship. It's all good.
We're
Sounds.
still held to a standard though, but for the most part.
I don't do anything. I'm hand on my heart on the right. His like left hand on the right side of his chest. I am not a criminal. I will not be messing with the people or your people. I just want to fly the skies.
That is fair enough. I
Um,
don't think we'll have any problems in that case.
Now I'm gonna follow Dave's example for tonight. I will be around here somewhere. Us ship folk tend to stay together. We like the wooden buildings. It feels more homey.
Fair enough. We'll come collect you tomorrow then? I would assume.
Tomorrow afternoon, probably, maybe.
We'll
Does
make
your
sure
wound
it's
cure hangovers?
Probably. It's technically poisoning.
Would
It
have to
probably
wait
helps,
till
yeah.
morning.
yeah. We'll come collect you when you're good and ready. Don't worry about that.
Gives you a nod. Turns back to absolute hench bloke, he's not giving you his name. Just... So, we get some more drinks, and we're gonna go talk to her. Cause she's... Yeah, alright. Just... And then,
Interesting fellow.
you have potentially procured a pilot.
As long as he remembers that he actually agreed the following day, we should be all right.
So
If
we can
you-
look for jobs. Get some sleeper party.
If you guys wanna enjoy yourselves, party, do whatever, find things, I'm going to go return to HQ and see what Shep's up to. Ask him a few things, but we'll meet up in the main kind of common area tomorrow then.
It's like a plan.
Okay, then I will, for the sake of brevity, I'm going to ask everyone else what they'll be doing for the rest of the day, and we can go through that quickly.
I'm gonna look for a hospital and do some more work tonight.
Okay,
For 4 hours, and then I'm gonna just trance.
okay, I will say you find a couple of people, because you're in the shipyards and docks themselves, people get injured quite. There are a couple of people who could definitely do with some help, but it's not like they're loaded with money, and it's not particularly hospitals. You do come across, if you want to go to the main area, you do come across a hospital, but it's unlikely they'll let you perform anything there. Just through sheer social etiquette, almost energy. There's a bit, but people in this area are a bit more friendly to that sort of thing.
I'll probably just stay here at the shipyard and just do any like ones that people want.
Yeah, you find a couple of people. You're not going to make as much money as you did last time, so roll a d10. It's not a lot because people can't afford a lot.
Yeah.
Roll a d10 and add your medicine modifier. So we do a medicine check with a d10.
9 plus. And do you want to do the +7, or is it? Do you want me to roll the medicine?
No, the medicine check. If that is your modifier, is +7.
Yeah. Okay,
So
so
that'd be,
16.
So you make 16 gold.
Let's go.
And is Eleanor doing some skulky night things? Or are you doing?
Oh.
Okay. I will say your flask is running a little low. But you know of places where you might procure something that could go in that. In such as maybe like alchemy shops and the like, but if you've got no gold at the moment, that might be a bit of an issue. You think you'll be fine for a few more days at least with it. But after that, I'm just giving that as an option to think about for the next session. As everyone finishes up their daily tasks and agrees to meet up again tomorrow at the company, we'll end this session there. There was a lot of exposition this session because we're setting up for the rest of the campaign. But yes, I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to go down the list and get everyone's socials. So, Michael, where can people find you?
You can find me on Blue Sky at CaspianKR.
Okay. Nathan, where can people find you?
You can find me at Blue Sky at Claw BNKR.
And Rennie, where can people find you?
To simplify, all of my socials will be in the description.
Because I'm fourth on the list, I'll do myself fourth, even though that's really cursed. You can... Honestly, I'm going to say the same thing as Rennie. You can find my socials in the description, because I just will never remember Blue Sky exists until it's too late, and I've already missed the thing. I remember every time we run the sessions that I've got Blue Sky account.
Fair enough.
And Velvet, where can people find you?
Blue Sky at VelvetBNKR and Twitch at VelvetBNKR.
Okie dokie. Never said that in my life. I'm not doing that again. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. And next time we'll find out on which adventure the party have decided to go. And we shall see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.